I have you like propped up here in my little soaper studio. So I'm making these little pumpkin embeds for my cold process soap. And these are with soap dough that is made from cold process soap. So what I do is I just make my normal soap recipe and then I'll color it and I'll put it in little containers. And then I cover it with plastic wrap because you don't want it to dry out at all until you've made what you're going to make with it. And then you will dry it out then. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your soap dough and you just are going to work it like almost like you're working with polymer clay, and you're going to make so I just kind of knead it around a little bit and then roll it. And you're going to take something that you have that is like, that you can make into, I'm just using this at the moment because I don't know, it's just sitting there. And you're going to make your circle and then you're going to kind of squish it down a little bit so that it's kind of like squatty like a pumpkin. So it's not like a full circle. And then you just take and run your little tool like up and down. And you can let this dry out a little bit before you do this part if you're finding it kind of sticky, which mine kind of is, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyways. And so I just go around and make the little edges of the pumpkin like that. And then you're going to take something, I'm just using a chopstick, and in the middle of the top, you're just going to poke a little bit down like that. And then I'm just taking a little piece of green and made a little stem. And you can use green, brown, whatever. I've used both. So there's that. It's a little tiny pumpkin. So I made a little orange one. And I made a light whitey orange one. Let me scoot these over here. I'll show you some soaps that I made last year that I use these handmade pumpkins on. So here's one that I made last year, and you can see I put it on the top. Super duper cute. Little adorable soap pumpkins. And you can use so like say you made a loaf of soap and you had, I don't know, just a little bit left in your bowl. Just put it in a container and then cover it with plastic wrap and push the plastic wrap all the way down on top of it and then let it sit for 2-3 days before you use it, and to let it saponify, but don't let it dry out and get hard. And then you can keep this, like I will scrape all this out and put it into like a Ziploc baggie at some point, but I have a lot of things that I'm planning on making. But here is a bunch of different colors that I made. Yellow, some brown, anyways, some whites, a bunch of varieties. Let me move you back over here. But anyways, soap dough. It's fun to make cute little embeds, stick them on top of things. I want to try to make some little Labubus. We're going to call them like Lafufus or something. So I don't even know if you can say like imitation Labubus, but little soap Labubus. I should make a video on that because I just think it'll be cute. But anyways, soap dough. It's fun to make, fun to use. Kind of like polymer clay, except soapy, sudsy. So bye-bye.